welcome to Something's Cooking with Alpa, and I know you guys are enjoying my restaurant style recipes. But are you guys making jeera rice to go along with it? And do you know how to make it the right way? If not, I'm going to show you how to make jeera rice the restaurant style, so you can actually enjoy and have a great experience of having restaurant style meal right at home. So let's look at what you're going to need to make the jeera rice. You're going to need some basmati rice. Now I have soaked the basmati rice in water for about an hour. Then I have drained the water and kept the rice over here. It is a very important step. You need to always keep the rice soaking in the water for an hour at least. Moving on, what else we're going to need? We are of course going to need jeera, which is cumin. We are going to need some Tej Patta, that's bay leaf, Dalchini, that's cinnamon, Badi Elaichi, that's cardamom, Kashmiri red chili, that is 2 of them. And of course you're going to need some ghee, a little bit of salt, a little bit of cilantro and water. And that's about it. So let's begin with the process of making jeera rice. Okay, moving on. By the way, no. Do not take a pressure cooker while making your jeera rice. Always make it in a pan. That is where most of you might be going wrong. So we are going to make jeera rice in a pan. So first things first, let's turn on our flame on high. And now to this pan we are going to add ghee. Now ghee is nothing but clarified butter. Don't be stingy with the amount of ghee that you are using over here. So the ghee is in. Once it's heated up, let's add our dried spices. So I'm going to add the bay leaves, the Kashmiri red chilli, Dalchini, along with the black cardamom. That's Badi Elaichi. We're just going to move it around. We want the flavors of these dry spices to get absorbed in that ghee. So just for about another 30 seconds or so. 30 seconds down, our dry spices have started changing the color. It's time for us to add the jeera and let that sizzle for another 10 seconds or so. Now it's time for us to add the rice. So now we are simply going to stir our rice around, but make sure guys that you handle it very gently, and because it's soaked, it is going to be a little breakable. So be very easy with it. Now we are going to add a little bit of salt and mix that in as well. So now we just stir our rice for about a minute and it is smelling so heavenly. By now your neighbors know that you're making some amazing food. Jeera and ghee, and that smell is there in the air. They know you're making jeera rice. Now it's time for us to add some water. So I had taken about 1 cup of rice. To 1 cup of rice, we are going to add 2 cups of water. Every rice is different. You could have a rice which is a little too on the sticky side, or you could have a rice which is a little bit on the lighter side. If you want a light 1 grain separate from the other kind of rice, then the secret to get that is to add just a quarter of lime in the water along with the rice. So let's do that. So now just mix everything in, and now we are going to cover our pan and let it cook for another 6 to 7 minutes on a low flame. So I'm simply going to do that, and I will see you back in the next 6 to 7 minutes. So we are halfway. Now let's look at the progress. So we're just going to look at how much water is remaining over here. Okay, there is quite a bit of water, so it looks like another minute or two. So let's look at where we are at right now. Perfect. I'm just checking if there is any water remaining, and there isn't. So it's now time for us to turn off the flame, remove these dried up spices. If you want, you can keep it, but I personally prefer to remove them. I'm gonna let the red chilies stay in there. Also guys, I'm gonna add a little bit of dhanya. And now we are going to turn off the flame, cover our pan, and let it rest for the next 10 minutes. So 10 minutes up, let's look at our rice. Amazing, it's looking so good. And now I am simply, very gently going to just lightly mix it. Wow, look at it. Every grain is separate. Amazing, perfect. Now let me just remove it in a bowl, and then we are going to garnish, and I'm gonna taste it. Let's add a little bit of cilantro, and now I am simply going to take a bite. Thumbs up. Amazing. Every grain of rice is separate from itself, which is incredible. I can taste the ghee, I can taste the jeera, there's a little bit of salt, there's a little bit of taste from all the spices. Amazing. Perfect, easy, flavored, restaurant style jeera rice. You have to make it today for all the wonderful recipes that I've put. Show your love, do write to me, and don't forget to subscribe. It's free of cost.